A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to UBC Lunch Time News on this 25th day of July 2024. I'm Lorraine Masika-Kazimoto here to bring you this afternoon's news bulletin. Welcome. Now, in our first story this afternoon, the casket carrying the body of the late Simon Peter Aleper, who died in a car accident, has arrived at Parliament. It was welcomed by Speaker Anita Annette Among and the Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayewa before being ushered into the Parliament lobby. We have the details. Now, mourners from all walks of life have gathered this morning at All Saints Cathedral in Nakasero to celebrate the life and times of the late SEC member of the NRM party, Aleper Simon Peter, who died on Tuesday this week. The service was attended by, among others, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayewa, the first National Vice Chairperson NRM, Alhaji Moses Chigongo, SEC members, ministers, family and friends. For now, the body is already at Parliament, where it will lie in state in the afternoon.
We lost Honorable Jacob Olanya, and now this is the second one out of 6. The mortality rate is too high.
He was very, very passionate about continuous improvement of the systems and processes of the party. Very, very passionate about that. And for Karamoja as a sub-region, even in SEC, and even where he felt that at the Secretariat there is something we did not do the way we are supposed to, he would come to us straight and say, this is not moving the way we want it to move.
And suddenly, God Almighty has recalled him. I want to assure the family and call upon you, the leaders of Karamoja. Let the dream and the vision of Brother Simon Aleper live. If we come to fruition, the elder son, the family, the 4 children, and the wife, give them the opportunity to grow and be transformers of not only Karamoja, but Uganda.
As a person who have lived for long, these are the type of people we want, who can come up and take over what we fought for. But when we see them dying at a very early age, we get confused. We ask ourselves, how are we going to move now? From here, how are we going to move? We have lost him. Bringing him to that age is not easy. It's not easy.
Honorable Aleper Simon Peter is my friend. He's more than my husband. We met 24 years ago. Together we have 6 children. We've had an uninterrupted relationship. He held my hand. He held my hand and took me back to school. I was breastfeeding in the university. He said, there is no age in education. Nothing should stop you. Nothing should stop me. And he brought me where I am today. I miss him. He loved us unconditionally.
And for his sake, I promise him I'll do all that, and I'll be here for my family, his relatives, and all his friends. I want to thank the Lord for this day for having brought us together. This wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the Lord. The Lord has reasons for everything, and we have to accept that for a fact. And fellow mourners, I urge you all to stay strong. He hasn't left us behind. He has left something, a legacy.
Because of time, we want to say, our dear brother, Aspro, you have run the race. But you finished it so early. You've ended it so abruptly. We still thought we'd work with you more. We thought you'd still keep these children. We thought you'd still keep your dear wife with you. But because we are feeble, we are weak, much as we would have desired to keep you with us, we are unable.
Removing the drapings of power, removing anything to do with authority, removing titles won't leave Aleper naked, because he was already humble. These honors, they meant nothing to him. It's good we've done it, and I would really want to appreciate in a special way His Excellency the President for granting him an official burial.
We as UBC do mourn with the family and friends of the late Aleper Simon Peter. May his soul rest in peace. Now, in more news this afternoon, leaders in Acholi have called for dialogue between the government and citizens to address concerns raised by the youth in the recent protests dubbed the March to Parliament. They believe that empowering the youth is key to ensuring an all-inclusive approach to steering development in the country. This was raised as leaders from Acholi interacted with the Ministry of ICT officials during the National Ideology Cadres program.
23rd July 2024, the youth went to the streets of Kampala to march to Parliament to deliver a petition against corruption and also demand that the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, resigns.
Corruption. We are fighting corruption. Anita must resign. We say Anita must resign.
Their efforts were cut short after over 50 were arrested, arraigned before the courts of law and spent a night in prison. Jackson Bakari Kwira, an assistant commissioner in the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, argues that the youth opted to demonstrate because there is a disconnect between the citizens and the leaders.
To me, with that kind of spark, we have really seen that now we need to do more work than we have been doing. We need to move everywhere, teach the Ugandans about how they can be able to resolve their contradictions.
We don't need to go and demonstrate. MPs are elected by them, and therefore put pressure on your MPs if what we are really complaining about is what we think we should do.
We have really seen that now we need to do more work than we have been doing. We need to move everywhere, teach the Ugandans about how they can be able to resolve their contradictions.
He acknowledges that social media has played a role in driving the youth narrative, but calls for more empowerment in achieving proper accountability.
They are seeing what has been happening in Kenya. They see what happens in South Africa. When Malema talks, everybody thinks that now, yes, that's the best way to go. But then, are we questioning? How is to understand that that's there, but for us we have our structures and our systems that can help us deliver our feelings to the necessary agencies to take the necessary action.
Regarding the ongoing national ideology cadres course in Agago district, cadres in Acholi sub-region have resolved to establish village ideological transformational platforms to deliberate on their problems and find solutions affecting them to steer development.
And be able to help the natives identify the economic triggers within their villages. Because there are many people there, they have the land, but they don't know that that's an economic trigger. So when they can tell them how they can interlink and utilize the land very well. Look at now enterprise that can establish within the land, within the resources they have, which can add money and put money in their pockets. Then we shall be able to move.
Levels of poverty in northern Uganda stand at over 60% despite investments by government to transform livelihoods. This calls for a change in the mindset from the impacts of their historical realities to a productive mind by understanding their roles in developing their region.
What they are suffering from, what is affecting us, is not a result of anything but our lack of commitment to work, laziness, unnecessary conflict that has made people fail to use even the resources that we have, like land. This training, therefore, has opened the eyes of our people.
Dr. Amina Zawede, the Permanent Secretary for the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, delivered a presentation on how technology can be used as a tool to development in Acholi sub-region.
We have put in effort through the Ministry of ICT. We have a World Bank funded project called the Uganda Digital Acceleration Program. That program is aimed at strengthening and improving and expanding connectivity in this country. So far we have had connectivity efforts, and we have had projects that have extended connectivity up to the sub-county level. Now, with the project that we are implementing right now that will end, it has commenced and will end in May 2026. We are strengthening connectivity, ensuring that we are connecting schools, connecting hospitals, and expanding connectivity of government offices. Acholi sub-region is one of those that are going to benefit from this program and from this project. So we expect that by 2026, the situation will have got better.
The Permanent Secretary encouraged members to embrace digital transformation as a tool to support their business models and ideas.
We have gathered 430 leaders of Acholi region who we are educating and training on how to support their communities to grow and harness programs like the PDM program, to take advantage of digitization, to promote and support their region, and also to promote the way they do business in their region.
Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in Agago district.
Thank you, Ivan Kahwa. Now, 3 families in Nyabushozi County, Kiruhura district, are embroiled in a life-threatening land conflict and are seeking government's intervention and protection against land grabbers. Mutunji Charles, the heir of the late Kajundira Christopher and a resident of Mucheda Cell, Kayonza Parish, claims that his family has been threatened with death and eviction by land grabbers for an extended period.
In 1999, Amda Silence allegedly attacked Mutunji Charles's home, resulting in the death of his wife, a housemaid, and a male laborer. His son was severely injured, losing his right hand, while Mutunji himself sustained a bullet wound to his right palm. DLC1 chairperson Echimomo Cell in Kayonza Parish, Chekatsi Sub-County, Nyabushozi County, Kiruhura District, Kabateo Charles, who has lived in Omuchera for 6 years, confirms that the family of the late Kajundira Christopher is the rightful owner of the land, as evidenced by the legal land title known to the local residents.
Christopher Kajundira ubutahi buyabera hire tata yamugambira kuza kurunda handi twarga mu mwaka gwa 9 na mushanju kaga na mushanju nini twaza omukimomo omwanya ogutwahirwa kabanda.
He expresses surprise at recent rumors that unknown parties are attempting to claim ownership of the land, which is located in Omchera and borders the land of the late Bishop Kosia Shalita in Akenombero, separated only by a wetland.
Urugobu habaho kubonabona kwingi abantu babatera babaraza mu kishaka babingente umwanya bagenda. The
LC2 chairperson of Kayonza Parish, Chekatsi Sub-County, Nyabushozi County, John Katama supports this claim and affirms his awareness of Kajundira's land ownership. Katama is concerned that the same group causing conflict with Bishop Shalita Kosia's family is now also targeting Kajundira's family, exacerbating insecurity in the area.
Ndahiro yambita kali akavundira itabantu bakavundira afu mukazi wa mtungi afa nabandi bashatu afutara mu mwana wa mtungi waberekekirwe no wafire fragment ya guneti ya mcumukono kurugobo abantu baburusinge babonabona.
He is calling for government protection for both Kajundira's family in Omchera and Bishop Shalita Kosia's family in Akanobero against land grabbers. Katama notes that former Inspector General of Police, General Kiruhura, and Justice Bamgemeride had previously visited the area and recommended that both the families of Kajundira Christopher and Bishop Shalita Kosia should remain and utilize their land. Mary Namkose, Fred Anyine, UBC News.
Mbara City has launched a foot and mouth disease vaccination campaign, with area leaders urging livestock farmers to register their animals and ensure accountability for the vaccines. The resident city commissioner of Mbara, Colonel James Mwesije, officiated the launch of the campaign at Nwajira Joffrey's farm in Mbara City.
All animals with the split hooves. Those are cattle, pigs, goats. So all those animals are a target, and they are affected by the disease.
The resident city commissioner Mbara, Colonel James Mwesije, has asked livestock farmers and local leaders to actively monitor vaccination against foot and mouth disease effects to protect both livestock and human health in the area.
As people's leaders, as government representatives, should monitor this exercise, because it's a very, very important exercise. We should monitor, make sure that all cows around the city are all vaccinated, so that these drugs are not diverted to any other place apart from Mbara City.
This was during the launch of vaccination against foot and mouth disease campaign in Mbara City.
The exercise is very free. No farmer should pay any coin, not even 1 shilling. By the way, the exercise is free, but the government has paid for it to facilitate those workers.
Mbara City Mayor Robert Mugabe Kachebezi expressed appreciation to the government for providing foot and mouth disease vaccines, highlighting their importance in combating cattle disease that has caused economic challenges for farmers, traders and the local government.
So now I call upon all the farmers to make sure that they participate fully and make sure that all their cows and cattle are vaccinated. And I call upon all the veterinary people also to make sure that the vaccine is put to use, such that it gives government hope to bring more.
The mayor
in
of North
case
Division in Mbara City, Chabwisho Gumisiriza, advised livestock farmers to declare all their cattle to assist the government in eradicating foot and mouth disease. He emphasized the importance of having all livestock markets operational and ensuring animals are sold at fair prices.
We have already, as a division, constructed an animal market in Harwe Trading Center. And this market is not for only Harwe, but it will be entirely a market for the whole state of Mbarara city, which is a regional city for all western region. And once the disease is treated, we are, as a council, we are going to reopen this market for farmers and for the entire region.
The host farmer Niwadra Geoffrey thanked the government for providing free foot and mouth disease vaccines, which he believes will significantly address the recurring challenges posed by the disease.
Twashemerwa munonga kandi twagira amatsiko ngo ejo atekigaruka kutiteganisa mwentima government munonga ufayeka turetera umbazi.
A youth in the area, Dafin Kansime, explained that livestock farming supports families' ability to pay school fees and that the children contribute to preparing animal feeds.
For us, we do silage, so that helps us. That's where our cows feed. That's what they feed on.
Mary Namkose, Fred Anyine, UBC News.
UBC Lunchtime News takes a very short break, but we return with more stories after these messages.
Amanya gange nze Namtebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde, nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyennyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere, weewaawo abafere gye bali, naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanye eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo era ndi musanyufu nnyo. MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo, mwebale nnyo, mwebalire.
Together, we're unstoppable.
Predict the outcome of 10 football games and win big with tickets at only 500 shillings. Play for this Monday's draw to stand a chance to win big with Sports Take 10.
Buy your tickets at authorized shops on nationallottery.go.ug to download the app or simply dial *278#.
Ugandan National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Shocking statistics on road crashes in Uganda show that there were over 23,608 road accidents in a single year, 2023. This highlights an increase of 16% compared to the previous year. The Uganda Traffic and Road Safety Report of 2023 also shows that there were 24,728 casualties from road crashes, with 4,806 people dead, 16,736 seriously injured, and 3,186 escaping with minor injuries. The rampant increase in the number of road crashes and casualties in Uganda is seriously alarming. According to Uganda Police Traffic Report, 80% of road crashes in Uganda are as a result of speeding, reckless driving, and violation of traffic rules and regulations. Your life and that of other road users matters. Every life taken or injured in a road crash is an emotional loss to a family, resource loss to a business, development contribution loss to a community, and a socio-economic loss to the nation. Join hands together to reduce and, if possible, eliminate road crashes from our roads by avoiding reckless driving, obeying traffic signs and rules, and maintaining public safety intelligence to keep ourselves, passengers and other road users safe at every time. Remember, drive safe today to live again tomorrow. Tofira kukubo.
Welcome back from that break. And now into the international scene. These funds suddenly go to those within Sudan, but they also help neighboring countries like Chad and Egypt, South Sudan and Ethiopia, which are taking in more and more asylum seekers and refugees every single day. This and more was said by the ambassador, Thomas Greenfield, in this report.
Over 10 million new forcibly displaced people, including over 2 million who fled to neighboring countries in search of safety. People are eating dirt to survive, relying on tree leaves for nutrition. All the while, the Adre border crossing, one of the most important in terms of humanitarian aid flow, continues to be blocked by the SAF. This obstruction is completely unacceptable. Since the start of 2024 alone, the United States has committed $500 million to humanitarian assistance in Sudan. These funds certainly go to those within Sudan, but they also help neighboring countries like Chad and Egypt, South Sudan and Ethiopia, which are taking in more and more asylum seekers and refugees every single day. The United States Agency for International Development will provide an additional $203 million in funding to the people of Sudan. We hope this new round of aid serves as a call to action for others to follow. We will continue to work steadfastly to address the root causes, to continue diplomatic efforts to bring this horrific conflict to an end and put Sudan back on the path to democracy, stability, and security.
And now into sports. In the aftermath of their 2024 ICC T20 World Cup appearance, the cricket cranes have continued to receive appreciation from various entities for their excellent performance on the global stage. After meeting the First Lady last week, the cranes were rewarded with gifts worth 90 million shillings from their title sponsor, Aleper Mobile.
Among the notable gifts were ultra-modern iPhone 15 Pro Max devices given to the 15 players who participated in the 2024 ICC T20 World Cup.
Like giving appreciation like tokens or anything, it will motivate players to come and train hard and get more things like that, get more sweet things like that. And especially for our youngsters now, we want to grow cricket now, especially after World Cup. And these things like token of appreciation, they will motivate even youngsters to come and work hard.
It's a very nice gesture from our sponsors Aleper to appreciate the team like this. I think it's things like this that motivate the boys to go back and work harder, to work on their game, and to make sure that they continue doing well if they get rewards like this. So it was very nice from Aleper to do this for the boys, and as a team we appreciate it a lot.
This gesture is part of the sponsor's vision of elevating the profile of the game, rebranding the athletes and making cricket appealing to the youth. Aleper Mobile is also committed to working with the government to develop cricket infrastructure in the country and provide the national teams with better coaching personnel and playing opportunities.
So what is happening is that Aleper Mobile joined partnership with Uganda Cricket to develop the game from grassroots, schools development programs up to the high performance levels, which is the national team. They want to grow with us and we appreciate their support. So this day, today, they gave teams a token of appreciation for their performance at the World Cup, and this should go a long way to encourage all of us to work with them, partner with them, and continue to give the support that we require to get this game to grow even better.
The cricket trains team is still on a 5-week break after their June 2024 ICC T20 World Cup appearance, but will be resuming training soon to prepare for the World Challenge League B, slated for November 2024, a pathway to attain ODI status.
Well, UBC Lunchtime News has come to an end. Thank you so much for your company. We do appreciate you. Do enjoy much more of UBC Television's programming. I'm Lorene Masika Kazimoto. Good afternoon.